Hey guys, it's Nathan. Just wanted to say thanks for listening. You can find us on Twitter and YouTube.
And the Facebook,
And the
at
Facebook.
Shitnamed Drake.
And make sure you mash that subscribe button. Damn it.
They did the mash. They did the monster mash. The monster mash.
Thanks for listening.
This is the antimatters. This is the antimatters. This is the antimatters. No, this is the antimatters. These are the antimatters. No, these are the antimatters. These are the antimatters. No, this is the antimatters.
Hey guys, I just got back from the LimeWire planet.
Oh yeah, how is it?
Weird. Very creepy in there.
Yeah, it's always very misleading.
Like, I imagine the LimeWire planet is what people felt when they went to Blockbusters.
Yeah, there's so much like weird, random stuff that's close to what you're looking for.
The employee recommendations are all disgusting. You don't go by those.
Heavily porn.
Yeah. It's almost entirely porn.
Yeah, you open up, you get a box, you take it out to check it out, and when you get home, it's something completely different.
Yeah.
This is not Bambi 7. This is Backdoor Bambi 13. It's not what I asked for.
Yeah. 13's really not even the good one.
No.
Series.
You could skip 13.
Yeah.
But I did get this video right here. I looked in the Here Comes That Boy section.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
So you guys want to watch this?
Sure. What is
Sure.
it?
It's be pretty good. So now we'll do a fade out. Damn it, I knew it. I fucking knew it that the Homelanders thing was going to be the worst. You know what though? I thought it was going to come later in the series. I thought we were going to try to keep some sort of.
Is
I was
this the
saying to the-
worst?
Well, that was murder.
Yeah, but so did.
I mean, the deep was kind of bad.
And the translucent guy just ran over her and then laughed about it. That's murder.
Oh, you mean A-Train?
Yeah, sorry, A-Train.
Yeah, I guess that is murder, but it wasn't like calculated murder. It was more like, oops, I stepped on an ant. This guy was like, I'm just going to murder a plane full of people.
Yeah.
Because
Because the lady,
money.
my boss told me to.
Yeah.
Like, and by the way, that was like the only problem. One of the only problems I had with the first episode. By the way, why is this in the Here Comes That Boy section? I know
Yeah, I don't. Well, it's called The Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
That makes sense.
I thought it was called Seven or something. Magnificent Seven or
No, it's
The Seven.
that's a different one.
Well, anyway, that was like the only problem I had with it was like, I feel a little bit like the show is, well, we're gonna say our favorite thing here, heavy-handed,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's pretty heavy.
it's pretty heavy-handed. But I also thought like, money. Why would we do this? Beautiful money. And it's just like a little,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You're making billions, and you have to like,
Yeah, you're upset.
I mean, it's heavy-handed, and we might be like, "Oh, come on," but like that's 100% what happens. Like,
alright.
not even like to any level of exaggeration. You know, I think the greediest people are the ones who have the most money.
Message.
Message.
Yeah, you might be right. I just felt like for this kind of show, I expected some more sinister motive other than, well, we want to make a lot of money, guys.
I'm sure. I mean, we're first one episode deep, so I'm sure it'll get more intense.
So what did you guys think?
My biggest issue I had, or the thing I wanted to talk about most with you guys, is Jack Quaid.
Yes, I also would like to talk about Jack Quaid.
Huey
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
is Dennis Quaid's son.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, I can
And-
kind of see it.
Okay.
That's what I want to talk about.
You were sitting on that.
Yes.
Gonna go ahead and say that was a giant curveball.
You were like white knuckling when you were watching this.
I
Yeah.
had things to say about it because Nathan, when we started watching it, right? I was like, "Is he 16?"
Yeah, or 35.
We had no idea because he's like boyish, but very clearly an adult man. This is kind of sad that this is his life. And then I was like, "Wait a minute, that looks like a Quaid," and
Huh.
it's his son.
I just thought he was like related to Bill Hader somehow.
I can see that.
There was a guy on the back screen with gray hair that I thought was Bill Hader. Like they didn't close up on him. He was like on the news or something. I thought it was Bill Hader in a white wig.
Oh, playing Warhol.
yeah, exactly. A side note, Do you guys think it would have been weird to have been in a time when they didn't know that the Quaids were their own race?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would've
I
been
can't imagine. I mean, it's so obvious looking at them.
Right.
weird. Yeah, no, they're clearly their
Yeah.
own species.
It's a Quaid.
It's not a human being.
You can
No.
smell one a mile away.
Oh yeah.
But go into the Quaids. Why was that such a thing for you? Just
It's just like, you know how I feel about Ethan Hawke. That's kind of how I feel about Dennis Quaid. Like, who let this guy act?
I like Dennis Quaid. Wasn't he the one in
Stop.
Frequency?
Stop it. That could have been Ethan Hawke. You could have swapped him out.
How dare you?
You could have swapped him out.
Dennis Quaid has a kind of quiet intensity and quiet dignity that he does not. Because that's why he was in Day After Tomorrow. He could communicate that gravitas like Ethan Hawke cannot.
Stop. He's got like
Ethan Hawke could pull it off. An actor of that caliber?
No, Ethan Hawke can be like three things. He could be a crazy guy, he could be a guy on drugs, or he can be like
a
the
vampire
scumbag.
killer. Yeah.
Or all three in some movies.
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid has like teenage Simba hair all the time, even though he's a grown man. And so, like, now his son, I guess, is the new Dennis Quaid, and it's worse. It's like,
Malik wasn't ready for another Quaid.
yeah, I wasn't ready for the line of secession. I thought we had to wait till one died.
Malik was like, hey, it's good that the Quaid line is over. Oh no, here comes a Quaid! A new Quaid has appeared.
We have bad news.
been
You may want to sit down.
Bombarded by Quaids. It's too
There-
many.
There is another.
There is another. I love that.
But I mean, he could have been so far just with the first episode. I mean, switch him out. Who's the curly-haired guy you hate so much? Eisenberg.
Oh God,
Oh.
no, not at all.
It's because you hate him so much.
I actually like this guy. I thought he did a
I
pretty
liked
good
him.
job.
Get out of here.
I mean, I liked Carl Urban more. That guy's
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
I love Carl Urban.
Lots of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was weird.
Yeah, because he's supposed to be just kind of like rugged. So why'd you
Yeah.
put so much makeup
Why
on him?
is there so much makeup on? Unless he also has some sort of superpower we haven't experienced yet, because of all the superheroes have like also a shit ton of makeup on.
And that would explain his tragic backstory. He
Yeah.
did super makeup tutorials on YouTube.
That scar isn't even real.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was a Harry Potter fan that just didn't quite get it.
Does anybody else have any standout? Oh my god, I can't wait to talk about those moments. Or am I alone in my Quaid revelation?
I wanted to talk to you about the floppy wiener because I knew that that's a thing.
Yes. Okay. I'm just really glad they're coming around now. You know, like TV shows aren't afraid to put a little ween in, and I think it's. I mean, it's a little gratuitous, right? Like we haven't even seen any boobies yet, and here's a ween. It's like they did that.
Well, there
so-
was some quick boobies.
Oh, were
there
there?
were-
We're at the
the
superhero
club.
sex club or whatever it was.
Oh, you see what I mean? Like, you see boobs and you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like, my brain was like, oh, yeah, we didn't see any, even this one. Oh, no, you did. It's just no one pays attention anymore. But you see a ween for far away for, like, half a second, and that's, like, the thing you want to talk about.
You know how we're always struggling for money? I think that you should make breakfast sausages, and your slogan can be "Put a little ween in."
Yeah.
Just put a little ween in.
And that's like how she says it in the commercials too.
Put a little ween in.
It's the best part of it. A little ween in your cup.
Oh no!
No.
In your cup?
It's like a coffee stir.
I'm just imagining coffee with like a sausage just kind of bobbing on top.
Well, it'd be translucent if we're going by the
Oh.
boys. You wouldn't see it.
Ah.
You just
Wow,
kind of
that-
like wakes in your coffee mug.
So it looks like a
Worse.
ghost sausage in your.
I think that's worse.
Worse. Definitely a choking hazard.
Oh god. So one thing I was thinking was, how did Translucent get onto the 7? Because they're like the top, right? So unless this is all politics, we see that Starlight has some sort of like crazy strong
Yeah.
ability, and Homelander is basically Superman. The other one is like
Flash.
what's her face?
Wonder Woman.
Thank you. The other, she's like Wonder Woman. The black guy's like the Flash, but he can just go invisible.
Well,
So-
there's also a guy that we don't get to meet named a Lamplighter.
Oh,
I mean,
he's
these
probably
are-
the best one.
These are like third-tier superheroes. And from what it sounds like is because Starlight's talking about how she had the Deep on her wall as a little girl. So clearly they've come out in like stages. So maybe Translucent was one of the first 7 to come out as a superhero. And so that's how they made the top group. And they've just been changing them out as they get better ones.
I guess.
Yeah.
I would kill him. I mean, look, throw some. I
because
mean,
he's
not
such
me, guys, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
if I was a supervillain, just throw some flour on the guy. Like, what's the problem? I can
Yeah.
see you now.
And I guess his own bodily fluids don't show up because when the butcher spits blood in his face and he can see him, like, okay, but what if he's just sweaty? Can I see his sweat floating around? No, I guess his own bodily fluids don't show up.
Well, that's a good point, but I think it would be unbroken skin. If you cut him, you probably see his blood, right?
Okay,
I think so.
Because his skin is supposed to be changing.
gotcha.
I'm oversciencing that, but I was
No,
just
no. I asked it, so thank
I was
you.
just guessing. I felt like when she was... Oh, by the way, computer, if you didn't watch it, there's spoilers. A lot of spoilers.
Peter just grimaced.
I knew that she was going to do it when she was propositioned by Deep, but I really didn't want it. I was
did
God,
not.
my stomach. It's like
Yeah.
that scene in Split where you really want the little girl to shoot that guy,
Yeah.
and you just know it's not going to happen. Like, God damn it.
I mean, it was hard to watch. I can only assume that she's gonna get hers.
Oh, she will.
You know, she's really gonna, like, zap in the right spot, and the Deep will
His
be
dick.
no more.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right.
the Deep won't be able to go deep any longer.
Mm-hmm.
Not like he could before. Hey-o!
Hey-yo.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, what is his, like, again, seems like a lame power. Like, you know he's Aquaman, but he doesn't seem like... Is he supposed to be, like, super strong? I guess we haven't seen that.
Yeah,
We don't know,
they
but...
didn't go into his powers. He's just king of the seven seas or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, he can communicate with animals. That was said in the
They said
beginning.
that,
But
okay.
other than that, we don't really know.
I think he's just like Aquaman.
Yeah, because I don't know. I guess maybe I was just kind of assuming, which is bad, but that translucent just seemed like a dude who could go invisible.
I think, yeah.
Maybe a
'cause-
little tougher.
Well, no, I think they mentioned the kids in the beginning were talking like he's like a guy that just can turn invisible.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think he obviously works out and stuff. I mean, but
He obviously.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
tell
Well,
by
check out
He's
that
like a
body.
super-
his
yeah.
butt when he got electrocuted.
oh yeah,
I definitely did appreciate they made him go naked, because unless
Yeah.
they do like the Incredibles and explain that his suit will go with him, then it just doesn't hold up.
I bet you that was a personal choice because Starlight was hearing about all the gadgets they have in their fortress, and like they couldn't have come up with a suit that could work for him. He's like, no, I only want to fight in the nude.
Well, they really well established that he's a pervert, so I
Yeah.
guess maybe
Yeah.
he just wants to be naked.
they'd be like translucent, man. We have this thing that perfectly does the mirror technology. No, it's I don't like it.
But also, if they had that, then they could just give it to anyone, right?
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah. They might not have the tech because it seems like the show was kind of set in like 2018, 2019 or something like that. So I don't think humans could do that at the time.
Not yet.
Stupid idiots.
Also, racist or not racist, you guys can be the judge on this. I don't want to be biased. Is it racist that they made the black guy the fast one? He's the fast running one. Well, racist?
There's a black Flash, right?
I actually don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I know there's several white flashes. I can't recall a black one.
Huh.
There's Reverse Flash, who's yellow. So
very
I'm not going to touch
slow.
that.
I think you already did.
Yeah, no, I was like, come on, guys. Couldn't make him good with money.
Well, his
It had to be
superpower is
believable.
basketball.
Yeah, he could always. Yeah, you're right. He's like that guy from Umbrella Academy who could throw things really well.
Yeah. But it's only basketballs.
Wally West,
Hmm.
Black Flash.
Oh, cool.
Thanks,
Racist.
computer.
It's racist.
Okay.
DC's clearly racist. And so's the computer.
Yeah, for sure. It probably changed that Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
Colored him in paint.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm a little disappointed in the female characters in the show. I mean, I know very early, again, last time I'm going to say that, so who knows how they're going to develop. I wanted more from that. I don't know. I feel like we have... No, it's not true. I guess we have the most development with Huey, Quaid Jr.,
It's his actual name.
and maybe A-Train
I would say,
and Translucent.
Starlight.
so yeah, Starlight.
Yeah.
Well, they built on her the most, and Huey.
Yeah, those two are like the main characters.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then good. Then I don't have to feel bad about saying I'm not
Yeah.
happy with what they're doing with her so far.
Wonder Woman was a real bitch, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've seen that trope in other things, right? The woman who's had to deal with this longer, and instead of being sympathetic and kind, she's just like, toughen up or it's only gonna get worse, bruh.
Pretty sure, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess
I
in
don't
some
know.
ways it's just don't know if it's interesting or helpful. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I thought that the show is trying to be like super woke, and it's hard to walk that line between hitting you over the head with a message and like just being genuine. And so it was surprising to me to see two white people as the leads of the show, because like right now I
Yeah.
felt like, you know, the time that this is made, it would be strange for us to not see more people of color, more women. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I'm surprised there wasn't a trans
Yeah,
member of the Seven,
there's no gay characters as of yet. I mean, who knows?
except for the guy in the club, Ezekiel or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, of the 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's their point. Maybe that's their point.
Yeah.
All these straight white people running the world.
Specifically the boys.
Oh yeah.
They definitely. Hey, you know, boys will be no. So
If they don't say that in this series, if they do, I'll finish my bottle of whatever I'm drinking.
Oh man.
oh god, I'm gonna have water near you no matter
Yeah.
what.
Just every episode, just give her a bottle of water.
Hey, hold this really quick.
Hold this for the next, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes.
Yeah. So they definitely went into how all the superheroes are dirty perverts and assholes.
And scumbag, yeah.
Do you think that's a shot at like the superhero genre, or is it like we should just make them all metaphors for like countries and the super rich? And
I think it's probably both. I mean, we created superheroes like with Superman and all of that a million years ago as propaganda. And so them being used like political icons to push more propaganda makes sense. That superheroes just expounded and now they're real, right? I mean, we put like athletes at the same level of these superheroes. You know, they're starring, like The Rock is in how many movies now? And everyone thinks he's fantastic. And so far he's not proven to be a creep, but like he was catapulted by being this athlete, right? And so I think there's a line that can be drawn there.
I thought it was interesting that they called the Superman guy Homelander.
Yeah. I always thought
That's my response to what you're saying. Like that's
Okay.
kind of a nod or something. Like
yeah.
they didn't do anything so far with him being like manifest destiny, but that's kind of where that would come from, right? Like this idea of like, I mean, they've invoked the United States several times by
Yeah.
saying like they brought up the Statue of Liberty and they said, hey, you know, I'm an immigrant, as Carl Urban's character says, and all this other stuff, but they haven't. I didn't feel like they were making it to like Trump's America yet, but.
Well, I mean, we could just make a comment without it being Trump's America, just like end stage capitalism, right?
Yeah, that's undoubtedly what they're doing. Yeah.
I mean, at one point, the news, there's commentary running in the background that says, like, what is this, war for profit? And I'm like, we don't need superheroes? Like, that's already what's
Yeah.
happening? I don't know what commentary this is. I don't know. I think that, yeah, it's a big statement on that. I think superheroes, sure, because we're all obsessed with it, right? But I think mostly propaganda.
Somebody said the kids aren't getting it, so let's make it a goddamn superhero
Yeah.
show, so you understand what's happening in the country.
Yeah. And by kids, they mean millennials, right?
A little bit.
Just a little.
Because they're all grown-ups, but for some reason that's the only way you think you can talk to people. Like, oh, you're not getting this math concept. Let me talk to you about it, hot dogs and hamburgers, and
Oh,
maybe
thank
you'll be
goodness.
able to get the accounting principle, right? Superheroes only, or get out.
And Gen Zs were all sociopaths, so
Yeah.
there's no communicating with them.
Just let it go. It's not worth your time.
All right. Nathan, how did you feel about the episode?
I don't know. I guess like my biggest complaint is that it like I get it's the first episode and they're setting everything up, but it seems like they crammed like 3 or 4 different storylines, and the episode's only like 45 minutes long, and they're trying to like completely establish and flesh out like 3 or 4 different storylines, and then like introduce 2 more. Like it seemed too much. Like if they were to make that into like at least 3 mini episodes or just 2 episodes, like I think it would have been a bit better.
Felt a little Suicide Squad-y.
Yeah.
You're right. Like, just put it all in here.
Yeah, because like his girlfriend dies like within the first minute or so, and then
Which was a pretty jarring and cool scene.
it was really cool and like really like it was weird and terrifying. But then 15 minutes later we've met the entire Magnificent Seven, and this girl that Starlight was introduced and then accepted into the Magnificent Seven. And then all of a sudden, the Huey is now part of the FBI doing this undercover thing, all in like 10 minutes.
That's true. And I did feel a little bit of like whiplash, or I didn't know where I was when Starlight and Huey are sitting on the bench together.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yeah.
both happen to be sitting on a bench for this conversation.
Yeah.
Is this real or what's happening here? That was a kind of strange thing. Yeah.
And I kept thinking, this is unrealistic, but I'll give it to the writers that she just got famous. So she could be under the impression that this guy doesn't know who she is. And he has been so wrapped up in all everything that maybe he missed the most recent, newscast. Because at first it was just like, he obviously knows who she is, and she knows that when they're talking about her work, that it's being a superhero. But maybe not. Like, that could be...
Yeah, I got the impression
be
that they
written.
didn't know each other.
Yeah, but it didn't...
Or didn't recognize each other.
Yeah, but at first I was like, yeah, well, that's just bullshit. But, I don't know. They won me over on that. By
Yeah.
the end of the conversation, I mean.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, well, would they know each other? I'll let it go. But I'm just throwing out random thoughts here. Simon Pegg's appearance was like, I was like, oh, Simon Pegg. And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to hate you.
Aw.
Oh, why'd you do this? I love
Yeah.
Simon Pegg so much.
And
I think I said to Malik, his American accent's so off-putting.
It was weird.
you're like, oh no, that's not how you sound.
Right. But he did a good job, though. It's just like
Yeah, it
we
was
know
good.
what you sound like,
Yeah.
so, Why are the English so much better at doing our accent than the other way around?
know.
I don't know. Have you heard Daniel Radcliffe?
Okay, put Daniel Radcliffe in a room trying to do American, and then Natalie Portman in a room doing that V for Vendetta shit.
Yeah.
That was perfect, yeah.
Or Kevin Costner as Robin Hood.
Perfect. Obviously, Costner, in all of his works, is perfect, so I don't know what you're going on about, Isaac.
We talked about earlier about correlations between, like, the real world and the show and what are they doing. They make a mention about Black Noir coming to Baltimore and for a discounted rate because he knows about Compound B. Remember that part?
I thought it was V.
V.
V?
Yeah.
Okay, Compound V. You think that's the Rape Island?
Oh, because it's a compound.
Ah.
No, I was thinking it's an ingredient that makes people superheroes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Compound.
Or
Like
some kinda
something that was,
Gotcha.
that was
I think
compounded.
Jeffrey Epstein is still like right there in my mind. I'm like, oh, it's the Rape Island that all the rich people get to go to and just get away with whatever they want.
Maybe it is. We have
Yeah.
no evidence, but that's
Yeah.
where my mind went.
Yeah, I just thought it was some kind of like drug.
Yeah, I thought it was like a super soldier serum or something.
I mean, maybe that's it too.
I know about when you take people back to that compound.
Yeah, what happens there, you freaks?
Right. I mean, we kind of saw that in the club. There was a guy who just dive bombed into someone's vagina.
Yeah.
I guess there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if
No,
you got-
I mean, if I had the ability.
And she looked of age.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. I mean, if you had Ant-Man powers, what else are you gonna do with them? I guess, other than jump into people's holes.
That's what I would do.
Oh no!
You know what I mean? That's
belly buttons.
just lube yourself
Whoa,
up first.
Malik, gross.
It is kind of gross.
Oh,
Over the line.
cross the line.
That guy, Ezekiel, the stretchy guy, the Mr. Fantastic guy, was
He was living his best life.
that was impressive, but it was like gross to see his like
The way it slithered.
yeah, like I don't like snakes, but also he was like coiled over himself and
Yeah,
it
he
was
was, like,
bobbing
across
up and
the
down
room.
to imply the
Yeah.
guy's head, and I was
Yeah.
like, yikes.
Yeah, that's just weird.
This is soft core that's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Well, we saw a wiener to begin with. I mean,
No, that was pre-wiener.
pre-wiener.
That was
All
pre-wiener.
right, they were just getting you ready,
Yeah.
Yeah.
warming you up.
Post boob, but pre wiener.
Gotcha.
Right?
Right where it should be, sandwiched between.
Right in that sweet spot.
I saw at the end too. It was some way involved with Eric Kripke, who's the supernatural guy.
So we know it's going to go on for like 4 seasons too long. Then,
Yeah,
or-
wait. I think Supernatural's still happening. I don't know, but
They're on like season 5,000.
yeah.
Same actor.
Well, I mean, they can't end it until Nick Frost shows up, right?
Obviously.
We got Simon.
Oh,
Pegg.
right.
He's gonna be in it. There's no way he's not.
Yeah, I hope Edgar Wright's in it. The whole gang. That guy who's a dick in Shaun of the Dead. You know the tall guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Serafian.
Is the guy who played the butcher actually English?
Carl Urban.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know, but he's got that accent enough that I would say yes.
I think he
I
does.
felt like when he was dropping the C words, though, I'm like, he doesn't get to say this. And now I don't think most people should, but British people can usually get away with it in my in my book. But I don't feel like he was pulling it off.
Okay.
Maybe he
So-
just doesn't like to use the word in his regular life.
He was pulling back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could tell.
He was like, you gotta commit. If you're gonna say
Yeah,
it, you
yeah.
gotta commit to the heart and...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no. That's not that's not the part you stress.
You gotta commit to that.
You really got to start with the hard C.
The hard C. All right. You gotta start it like you're speaking Hebrew.
Yeah.
No.
Put some stank on it.
Exactly.
Computer is right. You do. Computer's right. You always do have to put a little bit extra stank on it.
He's from New Zealand.
That's close enough. Oh, the Australians say it
Basically
way
Australian.
more than British people. I think
But
New
he's
Zealand.
not doing it with a New Zealand accent. He's doing a British accent, and maybe that's why. Just use your Kiwi and get it over with.
That's what she said. I am excited to see if Huey's powers develop. Because he had that like weird thing in the store where like he had the headache and like almost passed out.
It's just a panic attack.
Yeah, it might just be he has anxiety, which could be possible because he seems like, what do you say? He listens to James Taylor and Billy Joel
yeah.
and Simon and Garfunkel, and they're not infiltrators.
Yeah, he's got a super moral conscience. That's
Yeah, that's all it is. Moral
Yeah.
compass.
I'm so triggered.
But I'm not going to say anything about it.
Yeah,
That's his thing.
tormented.
Wow, somebody that woke and not on Twitter, that is a superpower. So, yeah, I do want to see what his powers are. And you're right, they've hinted at him having powers several times in other things. First that, and
Yeah.
then Starlight says, I was born super able or whatever they said. And so that implies that people don't all develop it when they're babies. Some
Yeah.
people develop it through their lives or
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
other reasons. You're struck by lightning or whatever.
Kind of the X-Men thing.
Oh man, what's a baby Starlight like? Like laser eyes as an infant? Jeez.
Oh, jeez. Or whatever. It looks like she like has some like cool solar flare thing. I don't know. I want to say, to be honest, all the superheroes have like so generic powers, but like hers seem different and cool, and I just want to see what it is.
Yeah.
She seems like she might be the strongest one.
Except
Next
for
to-
Lamplighter.
Well, yeah, Lamplighter is the strongest character.
Yeah,
That's-
for sure. You walk into a room and it doesn't have lights, what are you going to do? Hey.
yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well, you can't do anything. There's no lamps.
Yeah,
He's got to bring lamps.
Well, if you walk into a dark room that has lamps in it,
There you go.
he can light them.
yeah. Especially they're up so high, nobody can reach it. That's where the Lamplighter comes in. I
So
really
curious-
do hope he is one of like the most OP characters in the show or something.
Right.
Or he's like the only one in the seven that's not like a scumbag.
Well, they
Like-
said he retired, but then they were like in the background. They did all these weird like cigarette lighters in the air. Like you don't do that if someone's retired. Why isn't he there?
It might just be like his like thing, you know.
Sure, I just think he's either dead or
Yeah, he might be the last one to try and stop all this.
I was thinking either that or he did something so heinous that Carl
something
Urban's character or someone else, they removed him and said like, oh, he's retired now.
left him on
Yeah.
Compound V.
Just because like
left him on the compound.
just because like the Magnificent Seven or whatever they're actually called, I don't know, but Magnificent Seven works. So they're like, you know, the post, they're the Avengers basically, and you know, and if one is retiring, they just said like it was just that PR spokeswoman lady who just said, hey, Lamplighter's retiring, or no, she brought up the Deep who said that he was retiring. Like, you know, if he was like this megastar, you know, wouldn't they have like a big send off party for him? you
Unless
know? Or-
something happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
and he's not even there to like announce his retirement. Like it's some other guy who's clearly a scumbag.
Based on the padding on his butt. That's
Yeah.
not his real butt.
That's not a real butt.
The Deep?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like really
There's no
big,
way.
right?
There's no way he's got a booty.
That was Tom
juicy.
Holland levels of booty.
Oh, that's a juicy booty. Sorry, what?
The lady, the wheeler and dealer, the blonde woman who's trying to push off Black Nora on Baltimore for cheaper, talked about how they're
Nubian Prince.
the
Nubian Prince.
It was
Coming
Nubian
from
Prince.
Detroit to
It
go to Baltimore
It was going to Baltimore.
or Atlanta.
Yeah.
Real veiled there.
Yeah.
Even white people like him, she says.
Yeah.
They said like their crime rate had gone up like 62%. I mean, I know it's Baltimore, but like you've got they said over 200 supers in the United States. At some point, they were like showing them all on the map,
Yeah.
and crime rate's going up. Like that's a pretty good sign that this isn't working, right? I mean, are they not sharing those statistics on Fox News? Where is this coming from?
The way I would go with that is that they might be the crime might be moving. So if you have a super in a town, maybe you stop doing it there and you go to a place that doesn't have one.
Or you're a super, but you're committing crimes.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
You're right. They're playing both sides. They're playing both sides. You're totally
playing
right.
both sides.
I can't wait to meet the bad guys.
Or possibly the good guys.
Oh, yeah, but that's what they did with Carl Urban's character too, which is like they made you at first think maybe he's a bad guy, then I was like, this isn't the bad guy because we've already seen the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't mean that. I think what's really interesting about how characters are developing in this time, and it's really interesting to see. And like since the early 2000s, we've really been making shows and movies like kind of grittier and darker. I don't know if that's just the times that they're in or whatever, but I think that most heroes are anti-heroes these days. So the Butcher might be quotation marks the good guy, but he's definitely going to do some bad guy stuff. Because so far I don't see any bad guy stuff.
Well, they did kill a guy.
Well, he didn't.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, Quager did it.
Oh, that's good.
That's his new name.
Quager. So, yeah, no, I think he will, but I also think he's going to be one of those people who, like, dies a grizzled death saving someone or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
we,
probably going to save Huey.
Yeah, we love our anti-heroes. I'm totally with you. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, we just really want to darken everything, don't we?
Yeah.
We made an evil Superman several times, because there's also Brightburn or whatever. Brightburn, right? Was the movie with the evil Superman?
Sure,
I didn't
nerd.
see it.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a movie that came out around the same time called Brightburn, and it's an evil Superman. It's like a boy who comes to Earth from outer space. He's got superpowers, but he's evil. And even Logan is like saying like, man, look how dark this would really be if people had superpowers. This shit would get real dark. Like,
Well, even in the most recent, the Superman's with the guy who looks like a Superman,
Jim Caviezel?
Cavill.
Yeah.
Cavill, who's like, wow, that's Superman. Even those are really crazy dark,
Mm-hmm.
like with false god written over his statue and stuff. And Superman's not supposed to be a dark series at all.
He's supposed to be like, saving old ladies and lifting trains and stuff.
I thought it was like over the line. Like, I'm okay with like making things darker, but if you put Kevin Costner in the movie, that is just disgusting. Like, that is graphic. And they didn't even give a warning on that, you know?
Isaac, I don't understand your hatred towards me. Or the fine works of Mr. Costner.
I just think, they made that rating system for a reason. How much Costner am I going to see in this movie? And they gave you zero warning on that one.
Shit, I had a good point there.
About Kevin Costner?
No.
Oh, we could talk about Kevin all day long. I got my notes.
Who wins in a fight, Kevin Costner or Dennis Quaid?
Kevin
And now
Costner.
you don't get to answer.
Oh.
Costner.
Come on, you just want to.
No, Dennis
Suck
Quaid
up
would
to-
slap you in the face.
I don't know why I know that's true. That seems right.
That's right.
That's what he would do in a fight.
And then he'd swish his hair back.
You know who I wouldn't fight? Jim Carrey. I feel like he
He's
would bite.
crazy.
Yeah, he would bite in a fight.
And then he would talk out of his butt. And mock
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, after he kicks your ass, he would talk out of his.
I know. Anyways, but no, we were talking about making characters super dark, but there are some we can't touch, right? So Superman is sort of like the American superhero, right? But then we have Captain America. We don't go too dark with him. He's still like the light. Even when he's like questioning things and he's like, oh man, I don't know. He always turns it around. It's never that dark. He's still America's shining hero. And we can't mess with that.
But Superman is pretty analogous to America too. I mean, he is very red, white, and blue.
That's fair, but his name isn't Captain America.
That's true. But Homelander is very dark.
Yeah,
So
which
I think,
I think
he's.
is-
I think he's kind of both,
Yeah.
isn't he?
That's
What?
what I figured. I figured he was like a Captain America
A
Superman.
blend. Yeah.
He's this
'Cause, I mean,
blonde-haired,
the-
blue-eyed.
I
Like,
think it lets you criticize Captain America by making him Superman-esque, but
Yeah.
still American-ish.
Right. They're going hard hitting. They should have just named him Dick Cheney. They should have named Homelander.
Gave him a gut,
Yeah.
balding. This is my fourth heart.
Yeah. he's like consuming a child when you walk into the boardroom. This is
Snake
how I get my
style,
power.
just-
It was this or oil.
Yeah. He washes it down with some Halliburton brand.
There we go.
I just figured it was a marketing choice to make Homelander, Mr. America. Because how else are you going to sell this basically this movie deal product thing? Sports team agency kind of thing, to everybody. If you're, your main guy isn't Homelander with a red, white, and blue cape and blonde hair and blue eyes.
Sure.
So, like,
And what other country would this work in?
yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. Did they mention other countries at all? Do we know if there's...
I don't think they mention anything.
We saw the map and it was just the U.S.
Yeah.
But it's impossible. You know what I mean? That they're only there.
Yeah.
I think just like,
Unless that's what that Compound D is.
yeah.
Bum, bum.
Are we just changing the letter every time?
I was about to say Compound Z. I was about to say it.
I forget what it is.
I mean, whatever. It's a compound. It's Rape Island. There we go.
It's ingredient X.
No, that's for good.
No, but I mean, I know I've been talking a lot of trash, but I enjoyed it, and I look forward to watching more episodes and seeing where it develops. I hope the female characters end up stronger than they're currently being portrayed. They got to, right? You can't.
Starlight's going to be doing some cool things.
Yeah, not in the era of Me Too. Can you not?
Of course she's gonna. She's gonna.
Yeah.
They don't have a choice. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, there's got to be a tipping point, right? We're so dark, and we're also like being like super PC and getting like involving everybody. At what point do we say, oh, but now we're going to be super real? And you know what? Most rapists don't get prosecuted. So that's just what happens, and that's how she lives the rest of. You know what I mean? Like, at what point does it reach the lines cross on the graph? And now that's how dark we're going now.
yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think it's
Yeah.
the boys?
I don't think they can handle it.
Yeah.
Well, it is called The Boys. You got a point. You have a good point. But I feel like what I thought was going to happen, honestly, was that she was going to do something to him, and it was just going to end up very poorly for her. Like,
Yeah.
They're gonna
like
take
she
her
gets
out.
kicked
You have
out
a-
of those 7 or whatever. And
exactly, her life gets ruined. They do something to her mom. You know, you could kind of have both. You could like have her get her revenge, but it not be good. Which again, I hope it's not what happens. But
yeah.
yeah.
It's a superhero show, so it'll all work out.
I didn't imagine. I guess if you're like essentially all powerful, like you could do whatever you want. But I didn't imagine a Predator to be that like forward about it. I would expect
Yeah.
him to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I misread the room. My bad,"
Yeah.
and then like be revealed to be like steadily more of an asshole. But he was like openly taunting
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Louis C.K. has to be like careful with his like grossness because he's not that level. But if you're a superhero who's like running the world, you can do whatever you want and be like, "What? You're not into this? Okay, well, let me go ahead and destroy your life then, and still get what I want." And that's that.
So my biggest problem with that whole scene is that he had a Speedo tan line.
Yeah.
The man wears like pants. He wears long pants all the time. Why does he have a Speedo tan line on his fucking white ass?
I guess I wanted to emphasize his white ass.
Yeah.
It upset me.
Maybe like that's what he wears out in public, but I mean, it's like you don't wear a suit when you're at home.
I guess not.
So he like just dips in his pool in a Speedo. He doesn't need to wear the full suit.
I guess. Also, it's
casual.
kind of lame that he's not like tanned all the way. Like,
His dick is tan because he's always whipping it out.
oh, gross.
But super white though.
But super white.
That's just a white guy problem. Our butts are always super white.
I'm sorry, man. Thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day, but I keep getting transplants, but they just don't stick.
Well, see, you know what I'm doing is I'm designing you a reverse tanning bed. You just stick your butt cheeks in it. The rest of you is fine.
I hope it's like unnecessarily large for me just to tan my 2 cheeks.
It's going to be several rooms.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like you're standing in a hallway and you just stick your butt in the door. You know,
Oh, you know me too well. I do that anyway.
it's true. That's where I got the idea.
Oh, Isaac, you're a real friend.
Did you stop pooping in doorways though?
You took away my litter box.
There was another. Well, I mean, a couple of good scenes. I mean, obviously it's a superhero movie, so it's kind of cool to pick out scenes that are just like rip-offs from the superhero movies we all know and love. Like Queen Maeve, is that her name?
Yes.
The
think
one
that's right.
that's supposed to be like Wonder Woman. When at the very beginning she stops that like big truck from hitting the kids. That's like she looked like Wonder Woman there, you know, with
Yeah.
like her going through it and everything. And there's a couple of scenes where they do the ah. And it's not the same song, but it's reminiscent enough that they had to have done it on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Like, oh hey, that's familiar. That's familiar. You guys are. It's like you guys have seen a superhero movie or something.
They're
You've done.
They're invoking that absolutely. They definitely should have done an upside down kiss. I'm disappointed by that.
What? Only
Still-
first episode.
All right, fair enough.
Could still come. Also, this feels more like a DC than a Marvel.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Maybe they respect Marvel. They're like, DC, let me show you how it's done.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it's not about respect. Marvel's got that money and they're like, try it. We'll see.
It's Mickey Mouse cracking his knuckles over on the side.
That's so much more intimidating for some reason.
Try it, bitch.
Let me show you how it's done.
I get it.
I don't.
They're showing DC how it's done.
Oh.
Yeah. So Watchmen. Which one is more horrifying, this Watchmen or The Boys? I mean, we haven't finished The Boys. I guess we could let's make our prediction on what's going to end up being more horrifying, Watchmen or The Boys in the end.
I'm sticking with the Watchmen.
Yeah.
Pretty rough.
Me, as of right now, I'm sticking with the Watchmen. I mean, that was like that pedophile that he has to like rip apart or feeds to the dogs.
Feeds the
Yes.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, everything the comedian does is just horrific.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going with that so far.
Unless the show takes like a huge turn on episode 2.
Okay. I think I'd probably go Watchmen as well, but it's kind of ambiguous on whether or not it's a good ending to the comic, right? I think that's the point, is that it's...
Yeah.
Well,
I guess we'll see how it goes as well. And I mean, and to give The Watchmen its due, it's a singular graphic novel, and this is, I think, an 8-part series. So they obviously can go into the characters more and show us really, truly how terrible they are. And we can only imagine all of the terrible things, all the Vietnamese people that the comedians like destroyed. Yeah. So.
yeah, I'll go with you guys on that one. So for episode 1, we're thinking Watchmen still wins in
Yeah.
horrifyingness.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I probably brought this up during the Umbrella Academy that we talked about. First off, just side, this is so much better than the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, much
yes.
better.
Oh my god.
When they started doing the music you were talking about, I turned to you, but I don't know if you heard me. I was like, good use of music.
Yeah.
They tried so hard to use the music like fun in Umbrella Academy, and I was like, ugh.
It was bad. It was so bad.
I think part of it is lyrics. You know what I mean? Part of the reason why I like songs, I'm not a big like, oh, the guitar in this is great. Mine's always what are the lyrics saying. But when you're trying to do that in The Boys, lyrics aren't going to work for it. I think it's going to detract from it. Now you're trying to figure out if the lyrics correlate to the scene, and if it does or does not. I think it did a good job.
Yeah, the music definitely wasn't nearly as like distracting as it was in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, it just felt really forced to me. Like, okay, so, and I'm sure I've used this analogy before, but the end of Shaun of the Dead with the jukebox,
Yes.
it's perfectly done. It
was
worked
so
in the
good.
story. It was funny. It worked in the thing. It's just, I don't know. Eddie Wright is master, and they were not. Whoever was working that just didn't do it well. I think they did it well in this, in The Boys. The use of the music was really good. I liked their cinematography a lot. I thought I actually kind of wish they had, maybe, like you said, they were trying to cram so much in, but I almost wish they had dragged that translucent scene where he's beating up Huey on longer, because it was just so menacing to me.
Yeah.
And I was like really enjoying it. As much as it was like making my stomach sink, I was like, this is really well done. Just to see this TV come off the wall
Yeah.
and him slowly walking towards you is like, God, this
It was
is
really well done.
terrifying. I just was really into that. Especially because, like I said, I didn't think this guy should be in the strongest superheroes.
Yeah.
So I have Superman and a guy who can go invisible.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, I'll take Superman.
I could get lucky and kill you.
Yeah.
You know? But they're showing that he's, he knows what he's doing at least. And they made you as the viewer go, well, he's still...
He has his
Good.
uses, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they were interviewing him, and what had he done recently? He stopped a breaking and entering thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's what superheroes do these days? No one called the cops?
Right.
Like, so I think they're making that point, but I think that we'll find out that his character was doing more shady stuff, like roughing up people who are trying to infiltrate the group. Like, he's more useful to the group than society.
Yeah, I'm definitely very interested to see that.
Yeah.
Also, to see if anybody has time powers, or if they're going to completely avoid that,
Yeah.
as they should.
Yeah.
We've talked about time travel. By the way, I think we need to have another conversation about time travel, but we need to talk about it. They shouldn't.
No, they need it. That's
Oh, it'll happen.
Leave it alone with time travel.
in episode 4. You're gonna find the Time Master. I'd imagine.
The page.
Oh, I
master.
see. Yeah,
Page
exactly. Remember Hero? Do you guys watch Heroes?
Nah, I never.
I
Watched it.
watched some of
You
Heroes.
saw some of it. It became really problematic with Hero because he was time traveling. Stop doing it. You have to explain this, and it never works. They didn't
Yeah.
really work in Umbrella Academy either.
Yeah.
Stop.
So we asked this question a lot. So superheroes are real. Would you live in this universe, the Boys universe? Whether you're a superhero or just a person who lives in it, like, I always pick yes, I'd live in the Harry Potter universe even if I didn't have powers. Chill, I'm there.
Yeah.
What about the Boys?
I would say yes, because the most horrifying things about the Boys universe are real anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
pointed that out. It's kind of already happening, but people can fly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to give those people those powers as well?
At least it'd be entertaining.
Yeah.
Until your girlfriend gets run over and you're just holding her arms. In
She
your
was standing in the
hands.
middle of the street.
So wait, let me pull a few more details though. So would I have a chance of being super abled?
You have as much chance as anybody else in the United States. Yeah.
Okay, and
Unless we find out something about compound T.
Right. Yeah, compound T and A.
Hey,
It's Rape Island. You can't make jokes like that.
Okay, my bad.
it's Rape Island, but we don't joke about it.
I wouldn't make those jokes if you just called it what it is. Yeah, no, but are my choices just between being in our current universe and that one?
Yeah.
Or, okay. Well, no, I just choose. I mean,
You
it,
choose reality.
it seems like too low of a.
I'd go with it. I'd roll the dice. Maybe I get a superpower.
200 out of several hundred million?
Sure. I mean, that's better than now.
That's true.
Yeah. And it's
is-
only 200 that come forward and registered. I mean, that's a little
Yeah, they have
You
like
know,
registered ones.
Civil War-y, in the no thank you, it just won't come forward. Or my superpower is I can boil water. I'm not coming forward with that. That's embarrassing. That's Misfits, right? The milk, you can control lactose.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so maybe they don't all come forward. So you could have that ability.
that'd be neat.
You want it?
I mean, better than now.
I wonder if Huey's going to be like Batman.
Maybe.
They did a lot of he's smart with technology stuff. So I wonder if he's going to make gadgets or something.
I want it to be kind of like the opposite of him. I want him to oh wait, what
Become
if
like
he
the Punisher.
bulks up and just
Hulks?
he's like, oh, I'm changing, and he's just like Dennis Quaid. That's his superpower.
He evolves into Dennis Quaid. Is it
Yeah.
permanent or just when he's fighting?
It's permanent.
I hope they actually cast Dennis Quaid for
Yeah.
him to change too. It'd be so good.
Now, if anything else happens to the show that's not that, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Underground Resistance led by Ethan Hawke.
No, no. That noise.
All of that.
I wish I did Foley work. I have no idea where we were, so I'll just say I'm really into the asymmetry of powers. I know we've talked about this before, but in the Umbrella Academy, you've got I've heard a rumor, and she could do literally anything.
Yeah.
The one guy is a Cthulhu monster, and then you have a guy who can throw stuff well.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
In Watchmen, there's a guy who's kind of good with gadgets, and then Dr. Manhattan, who's basically a god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really into that asymmetry, and I want to see how that goes. I mean, we've talked about this a little bit already, but I just kind of want to see how that goes in the current group, because we still have no idea what Black Noir does. He looks like Noir Spider-Man. He's just
Yeah. You didn't even
maybe
have a
he's supposed to
line.
be Batman. I don't know.
We kind of look kind of techie, so maybe. I'm more excited about the Lamplighters debut.
Me too. It's a good one.
I'll buy some lights. Can you guys please stop? I get it. You're not subtle.
It's like Dumbledore's put outer.
Oh.
That's what the device is. I think it's called put outer.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And he gives it to Ron. Anyways, my nerd's showing.
Oh, it's a lighter.
Yeah, on the
right.
hyperdrive, but yeah, he does it. He clicks it and it sucks the light in.
Sucks light in. I
So
remember
it's
that.
the-
now.
Yeah, it does.
But he can send it back, so technically he's a lamplighter.
I get the reference now.
It's Dumbledore. He's retired.
Yes, the amazing Homelander, Queen Maeve, Dumbledore. Yeah, I'm just Dumbledore. That's my thing.
Yeah.
What? Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
He says it to everybody as soon as they come in. I've got one thing, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
What did we watch? This is not on topic, but what did we watch recently where they had to do? Oh, it was Sabrina. Nathan and Sabrina. They did she did this long incantation with echoes behind her words, and she's reading from a book, and then it just pulls a book to her.
Yeah. It's like a very things are coming to attack her. She's got to do something real quick. She could reach over the pile and grab the book, but instead, she spends all this time conjuring. You're like, okay.
I mean, if I could, I would.
That's fair.
Would you be in the Sabrina universe? Now that I'm on the topic.
Ooh. Do I get to be a witch?
So in that universe, you have to have the gift to do it. You can't learn magic.
No. I mean, you can obviously know of it because look at our friends, and there are other people that can marry into the families, but you can't learn the magic if you don't have the skills.
Okay, let me put. Let's do this instead. Harry Potter universe,
Okay.
and it's a flip of a coin.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have a 50% chance of being born into a magic family and being able to do magic, or a 50% chance of being born into a magic family and being a squib.
No.
Can't cast magic.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah. No.
Ooh.
I'm either.
Because that'd be so much worse, right?
Yes. I'm either a Muggle or I'm a wizard. Because no way. I'd like to think that I'd just be happy that other people can do magic. And as a squib, there are things that you can do. And you probably live longer and all of that, and you get the perks of your family and friends. I would 100% kill myself. There's no way.
Non-magically.
Yeah. No way. Hard pass.
Nathan, similar question. If you had a 50-50 shot of jumping into radioactive goo and becoming like a mutant, like superpowers,
Done.
or becoming a mutant like in real life, which is just like you can't see anymore.
Like the mutants that live under the sewer in Futurama.
You get the super.
On
Yes.
this ship.
No, you get the super amazing ability of like a bum leg.
Where my superpower is, my legs just
It doesn't work.
doesn't work
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
And you smell.
You always have bad breath. Really bad.
Oh man. Well, I guess the first one. I don't want a bum leg.
Oh, you wouldn't do it?
Huh? I actually forgot the question.
Oh,
Would you take the chance?
Would you take the chance?
To what? Become a superhero?
A good mutant or a terrible mutant?
Oh, good mutant. Why not? If not, I have a bum leg, and then I can just get a handicap parking spot. Or I become Jubilee, like, which I think is worse. I mean,
She's on the wheel of bad mutations to have.
I mean,
I love it.
It's Jubilee. We can't all be Cyclops.
That is so funny.
Or that bone shard person.
I'm the Bone Shard guy. Gambit's really cool. Nightcrawler, they're all cool. And then there's Jubilee.
So, yeah.
Wait, you're in the Star Trek universe.
Oh.
Flip a coin. You get to be on the Enterprise, or you're one of those planets that gets blown up immediately. On one of those
No,
planets.
you're either on the Enterprise. It's 50-50 shot. You get your own room on the Enterprise, or you have to share it with Will Wheaton's character.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Not worth it.
50-50.
No, it's not worth the chance. It's not worth it. Wait, his character or Will Wheaton?
His character. You have to hang out with.
Or Will Wheaton.
I guess they're one and the same. They're
Whatever
both.
one's worse.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have to hang out with Will Wheaton's character and a Will Wheaton.
Yeah.
A grown.
An adult Will Wheaton.
No, I would not take that chance. No joke. So, no, in either case, I get to be on the Enterprise, right?
Yes, you're still on the Enterprise. However, one, you get your own room, 2 doors down from Picard. But it's either
hang out with
your own room or you have to share the room with Will Wheaton.
Yeah, not worth it. You know, some things just.
PJ parties with Picard.
I know, but
Oh, that sounds like fun too.
You could bring your teddy bear.
No,
Go to
I-
the moon.
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I'm really curious to see if we get other kinds of origin stories. So some people have like the serum, Compound Z or whatever, and some people have, you know,
They're born with it.
Yeah, born with it. Some people get Maybelline, and some people like fall into radioactive waste. Some people
They
build
might
a suit.
do that.
I'd like to see if someone builds a suit.
Some are built through trauma.
You mean like Huey?
Like your
Huh?
girlfriend
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
it, like
eviscerated in front of you.
just the idea, right? You can make a murderer. You can make a superhero. You break someone down psychologically, and now they have a superpower.
Do you want to talk about making a murderer?
No, I'm
Oh.
just, I'm just saying if we're just throwing out ways that somebody could get a power.
I'm really curious to see that. I'm also curious to see if Homelander. I want to see like who's the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it him? Is it the woman who's like doing
I think it's the
negotiating?
lady. I think he's just like an attack dog.
Tune in next week.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to put $5 on the butcher is related to or grew up as childhood friends with the Homelander. They go back to when they're kids, is what I'm saying.
I like that. Nathan, you want to make a prediction? $5?
Let me see.
5 Imperial credits.
Okay, come back to me. I'm not ready for predictions.
I'm predicting that in the end we find a giant lizard man on a throne. It's a giant lizard.
Is it in South Carolina?
Wait, what?
The lizard people live in South Carolina.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
How they doing?
I mean, good. They were really living it up around the time of the eclipse.
I'd
Nice.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great time for them.
Yeah.
What a good community they got going over there.
Yeah.
They give back a lot.
Mm-hmm. Lizard people. You know, they call them cold-blooded, but
Warm hearts. Cold
Warm
hands,
heart.
warm hearts.
no, I actually had a prediction and I just started to spin off into nothing. What was it? I think that Carl Urban's character will have a power of some kind that hasn't been revealed.
Okay.
He can just take a lot of beating or something. I don't know. He's like the kick-ass guy. He doesn't feel pain.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
You know, so I don't know.
Looks like he was a little bit of pain.
Yeah, it looks
but-
like he was
Yeah,
right.
something. He's got some power.
Some-
He's got some kind
He
of
got
power.
something.
I don't know. I'll say
He can say the C word without people getting angry. That's-
No, false.
just the first episode. Just the...
He can pick his nose and not ever get caught.
He was doing it the whole show.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch it now. I don't know. Let's go with something crazy. Like Huey's gonna kill the president lady. I bet you that could happen.
Okay.
I see him like, well, you like,
The one who's wheeling and dealing?
yeah.
Okay.
I see that. Like, he works his way up through the superheroes, kills them all. Or he stops at A-Train. Like, he just wants to kill A-Train.
Okay. That's a couple of predictions there, but we'll go with all of them.
Will you be upset if Huey ends up like more powerful than Starlight?
Yes.
I figured. Just curious. I don't think they're gonna do that, but I'm just.
I mean, we'll see. It's possible that they're going to do that.
I guess I don't think that'll happen.
No.
Because the show is called The Boys. And as you know,
I have one other prediction.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've already said it. I don't think Compound
Jay.
J is a chemical. I think it's an actual location.
I like it.
Okay.
I really like it. Because
It's really Rape Island, but no, it's probably not Rape Island, but I think it's a place.
maybe that's where they turn people. I mean, yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's a
Yeah.
great one. I hadn't even considered that. I thought compound and immediately thought like a chemical.
Yeah,
So
that's what I thought.
That's cool.
That makes
But it might be
sense
a place.
because science brain. I was like, oh yeah, where?
You're probably right too. And they're like, oh, she got it. Because they're listening.
Well, I guess we should probably get on downloading the next episode from the LimeWire planet.
Yeah, it'll take a while.
It does take a full week for some goddamn reason.
Yeah, well,
What is taking all our bandwidth?
Well, I am downloading a couple more versions of Waterworld onto it. And I clicked on those first, and then episode 2 is like 6th in queue, I
Those
think.
18K recreations of Waterworld are not necessary. We have VR technology. Anyway, I want to make one more prediction before we all go.
Okay.
I bet that Homelander's arch nemesis is like just a Native American. He's just a Native American guy.
No extra powers
No.
other than
Yeah.
just like
It's just
Political
one guy on a
action.
reservation.
Yeah.
Yeah, grassroots political movement is
Yeah.
his superpower.
Do yourself a favor. Don't turn around.
I'm gonna get back on my conspiracy theories and creepy islands and politicians. See ya.
All right, well, I'm going to go turn the modem crank so we can get a little bit more bandwidth. I'll see you guys later.
I'm gonna go poop somewhere in this place.